What is love? According to Christine Amber, love is a profoundly tender passion for another person. Now, in my opinion, love can be explained a million different ways, and there are a million different kinds of love. You can have love for an animal, daughter, significant other, grandma, a sport, etc. Now, should the government be able to tell us who we can legally love? Well, they cannot tell us that, but the government does dictate who we can and cannot marry. In my opinion, marriage is a symbol of a person's love to someone. Why should some people be able to get married and some not? According to John Boswell, the number of gays and lesbians in the United States is estimated to be about 8.8 million. With that number in mind, the total population of the United States was 313.9 million in 2012. This is close to 3% of America's adult population that is either gay or lesbian. Boswell also says 5% of the human population worldwide has a homosexual orientation, and approximately 1 million children in the United States are being raised in families with same-sex couples. Looking at these numbers, they state that in most of the United States, 3% of Americans cannot get married. I know that this number does not seem very large overall, but what happened to America's rights and our free country slogan? Now, looking back on how taboo being gay or lesbian used to be reminds me a lot about how we used to look at slavery and African Americans. In the olden days, African Americans were not looked at as people. They were looked at as slaves. White people would make them work and be tormented just because the color of their skin. Now, for African Americans, there was no hiding what color their skin was. On the other hand, back in those days, gay and lesbians would not come out of the closet because they would be tormented and ridiculed for it. We have come to a realization that slavery and discrimination against African Americans is very wrong. This is now against the law. So why can we still discriminate against gay marriage? Most people argue that gay marriage is not what the Bible says should happen. The Bible says a man and a woman are to be wed. I understand that this topic is against some people's religion, but it is not against all religions. The Bible also says thou shalt not lie as one of the 10 commandments. Look at how many people lie on a daily basis and they still can get married. Another thing is, why should we base who can get married on a book that not everyone believes in? I believe that if your religion says to be with a man or woman, you can practice it that way. And if someone else's religion is different than that, then you should be able to respect that as well as them respect you for what you practice. The First Amendment states that Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise therefor, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or the right of the people peacefully to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievance. This means that there needs to be a separation between church and the United States. The United States cannot favor or discriminate any sort of religion. In regards to gay marriage not being legal, I believe this has something to do with the church interference. Most of our population is Christians, therefore they believe in God and go by the Bible. Now, I think that every church should have the right to refuse to marry any couple they want. Whether it be a gay couple or a straight couple, the church should be able to decide the ultimate decision whether or not to marry them. The thing I do not understand is why gay or lesbian couples cannot get married in a courthouse. The courts are supposed to have nothing to do with religion or favor any sort of religion. Therefore, they should look at all marriages and recognize them for their love and not what kind of body parts they have. Marriage is not a symbol of love. There are also a lot of benefits that come along with it. According to NOLO, these benefits include, but are not limited to, the following: tax benefits, estate planning benefits, government benefits, employment benefits, medical benefits, death benefits, family benefits, housing benefits, consumer benefits, suing benefits, crime victims, recovery benefits, immigration benefits, residency benefits, and visiting rights in jails and other places where visiting rights are restricted. If you ask me, this is quite a long list of things that married couples are entitled to. Now, is it fair that a same-sex couple that does everything that a man and woman would do if they were married, yet they cannot receive any of those benefits just because our law does not recognize them as legally married? Some people think being gay or lesbian is a choice. Others think that gay and lesbians are born that way. Some people even take it to the extent to say that gay and lesbian people are mentally ill and need psychiatric help. According to Huff, studies show that sexual preference does contain a genetic component. He also says that a gay man is more likely than a straight man to have a biologically gay brother, and lesbians are more likely than straight women to have gay sisters. In 1993, there was a study done that showed families with two gay brothers was likely to have certain genetic markers of the X chromosome. This chromosome is known as XQ28. Some people call this the gay gene. Although genes do affect how people work, they do not control it completely. Other things also play a role, such as environment and family support. So what does all this mean? In my opinion, this shows that gay and lesbian people were born like that. It was not their choice to wake up one day and say, I'm going to go against society norms and religion and become gay. If someone is born with an extra finger or a mental disability, we will allow them to get married. So why do we discriminate against gays and lesbians if they were born a different way than us? It is just not fair. Now that we have covered all the stuff about gay and lesbians, I would like to talk about what marriage is. According to Merriam-Webster Dictionary, there are 3 different definitions of marriage, and these include the relationship that exists between a husband and wife, a similar relationship between people of the same sex, and a ceremony in which 2 people are married to each other. So which definition do we go by? One says it is between a man and woman, and the other says it can be same sex, and the next one does not clarify either or. This makes it very confusing to society to determine what marriage is. I agree that marriage has changed drastically over the years, but in order to make gay and lesbian marriage accepted, government needs to take out the man and woman part of it. The 3rd definition is what we should go by. Marriage is about loving someone, understanding their flaws, and accepting them for who they are, sticking by someone's side through thick and thin, not giving up on each other, till death do them part. In my opinion, this is what marriage is. It is not about who marries who or how the people look. It is all about what is inside that counts, and the emotions, how we treat our significant other, and how they treat us. So where in any of this does it say that a man cannot treat a man that way or a woman cannot treat a woman like that? Now, I feel very strongly about this because my aunt and grandpa are gay and lesbian. They are people like us. They work, they went to school, they have pets, they go out to eat, and most of all, they are human, just like we are. So why aren't they allowed to get married to the person they love and want to spend the rest of their life with? Well, I was in Colorado last summer when the state decided to legalize gay marriage. I was staying with my lesbian aunts who have dreamed of this day to come their whole lives. I cannot explain to you the emotions that came over them. I have never seen someone so grateful and thankful for something in my life. This was a huge step for them, and the thing I felt most touching was that the marriage wasn't about the big ring, the huge wedding, the dress, the benefits, or the typical way of life. It was all about love. This is how all marriages should be, and I was so inspired by this, I could not help but share with everyone. In conclusion, marriage is a delicate topic. Everyone should be able to live the way they want to live. Whether that decision should be with a man and a man or a man and a woman, it should not matter. Marriage is about love and affection, not what is on the outside. I will continue to support this till gay marriage is legal in all 50 states and not just 17 of them. Thank you.